You
I
get
don't
it?
get setting yourself on fire. I don't get it.
No, it's just a big deal, and you know,
I get it as like a joke. If I think something's funny, I won't stop. I will push it as far forward as possible.
yeah,
And I like
yeah. Well, that's called committing to the bit.
it's a good icebreaker.
I'd
right?
hire you.
You'd hire me off
Yeah.
that
I
icebreaker?
think I would.
I think you have something you need to announce, right?
Yeah, we have a big announcement on the Mo Keith Time podcast.
I'm expecting.
Mo's expecting. He's expecting change. Mo Keith Time, as you know it, is going to be over. We have decided that the show needs to be
Bigger.
bigger. We want to make the show bigger. And so we're changing it up. It's going to be a totally different show. It's still going to be us.
We're
That's
never going anywhere.
no, we're sticking around. It's going to be us.
Just not going to be on YouTube.
Yeah, we are actually starting our own streaming platform.
It's called Mo Keith Flicks.
Yes. So that's going to be $19.99 a month, and we'll have, one episode a week. So that's
or
only
$120 for the year, guys. It's a great deal.
yeah. Exactly. That's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
That's half price.
Yeah.
So if you sign up for $120 to get the year, we would be thankful for that, because then we can put all that money into some really cool content that is sure to blow your hair back if you have any left.
Back.
Gone. Back.
Gonna have that
gone.
forehead clapping.
Yes.
But no, I'm really excited for this move, Keith. I want to make VR content with you. Mo Keith Time in VR ? Mo Keith Time Medical Lab ?
Yeah. Mo, I've noticed your face is kind of covered by that microphone still. I think the people deserve to see your head.
I don't know. I feel veiled. I feel like I need to veil myself, man, for my piety, for my humility.
Feeling pious over there?
I'm feeling real pious.
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 I think that this new show, though, I think the new format, you're gonna love it, and I'm not even gonna make you wait. It's gonna be they're gonna be 15-minute shows, I think, somewhere in the 10 to 20-minute range. I think that's our goal.
Shorter form content, because honestly, our own attention spans are kind of gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're completely destroyed. Also, if we go shorter, it gives us the opportunity to play around. And I don't know about you, Keith. I do know about you. We both like to write, and we both like to be creative. And I feel like with our podcast, we try really hard to keep our reactions with some spontaneity. We don't really have a script or anything. And it'd be cool to get more into like the script making side, and then also do like other forms of things and play around until we kind of find our voice, our shared voice.
So, we assume the next episode will be the week after you see this one, but we're not going to put out something that we aren't happy with. So there might be a hiatus window potentially, but we're going to try to not do that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But, this is the thing, is we like hanging out. Mo and I we like kicking it.
I don't get to leave the basement sometimes.
He sometimes doesn't leave the basement, and that's fine. He doesn't mind it. He likes it down here.
I have a nice
It's cool.
little beanbag chair.
He's got a beanbag chair.
It's comfy.
Maybe we'll give you a tour. See, this is other kind of stuff. If it's it's just going to be a different vibe.
Oh,
You're going to be able to get a tour, a video tour. And we'll put out an audio version, for the blind. All of our blind fans that don't watch, I get it.
We have plenty of blind fans. We're going blind. But also, I think the thing about us is we're both very creative, and part of being creative is change and making a lot of change. So for the 10 people now who do listen, I don't know, I don't want to be too gushy about it, but it is nice that we know that there's a specific group of people that listen to our podcast in full, and we really appreciate you, friends, family, strangers, I do get a kick out of it.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to share these moments
with them
in my basement with the potentially the world. So yeah, we're gonna still make a show. It's gonna be a bit different.
Also, maybe a different name.
Yeah, it might be a different name, but guess what? You're not gonna have to follow a different channel. We're gonna keep it on the same channel.
We can keep it on here. I might have exposed a secret.
Yeah, we'll keep it on there. We don't have that many subscribers, but starting back at 0
would
suck. So we're not going to do that.
It is wild. Damn, man. We started at zip.
Yeah.
And now we're at 205?
Yeah. 6 months. They say the first 100 is the hardest. And we got that, it wasn't too bad.
In the bag. Total, it's not a lot, but like 88,000 views.
So the thing is that was mostly because we were making reels and shorts and all that. And those are, people like those. But this is kind of where Mo and I were having a chit chat about it. And we kind of, though we both watch that content, we kind of despise it.
I despise mostly what it does to me because it's ruining me. It's taking things away, like my attention span,
It's a big attention span killer.
What were we talking about?
Like, you can't... What do you mean, why does it kill reels?
What were we talking about?
Why we don't like reels and shorts?
Oh, yeah, fucking hate reels and shorts.
Yeah,
really hate it.
Look what's doing to Mo.
It completely ruins me.
He couldn't remember what we were focusing because it's killing his attention span.
You know what Keith has to do right now to keep me engaged is there's a screen over there and Subway Surfer is running, and that's how I'm staying alert right now. Mm-hmm. Subway Surfer is my lifeline.
Yeah.
To connect. But no, to Keith's point, Keith has a rant about short form content.
Is
it a height thing? Is that why you don't like
short? I'm a short hater.
Is it a dig?
What's up with short haters? I am a short hater. I hate and I'm short. I am, I like shorts, but they're killing the world. They're killing mankind. Nobody needs that. Think about how insane the concept of shorts are. Just think about, what if every interaction you had with somebody was 15 seconds long and then you just moved on to the next person? Think about that.
That's speed dating.
That's really speedy dating.
You know what shorts are, actually? I really do think they're speed. You know what I hate? I hate when you're going through, I like going through YouTube Shorts, and you're going through YouTube Shorts, and you look at somebody's YouTube Shorts, and you're like, oh man, this guy really puts out really cool shorts. This guy's funny. This guy's awesome. And then you go on their YouTube channel, they have no long form content. They have everything is shorts. They don't post it's just all from TikTok to YouTube. And I'm like, man, I would love to hear this guy. Like, there's this guy I like right now. He's probably in your feeds too. Are you getting the home inspector feeds? The home inspector shorts guy?
No, I don't. Tell me about it.
There's this guy from Arizona. He's a home inspector, and he's doing all these like videos about how these pre-built houses, modular houses, or like new construction houses kind of suck. And he's like appraising them and inspecting them and talking about the drama between him and the builders. And it's like really interesting stuff, but all he does are shorts, and he just digs on these builders, and he just shits on them and all the mistakes they make. But he has no long format videos. But That's just disappointing, you know? Like, you're like, this guy's interesting. I'd love to hear him talk more.
It just also, yeah, because you can't just like let a short will repeat itself,
Yeah.
which is annoying.
Have you ever left a short going, just like you left your phone and you hear it just repeat itself?
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And it's like it's more work to just be, you know?
Yeah.
What is this? You're swiping? You're swiping.
I wish you could do just auto. Auto just keeps going.
Yeah.
Auto death scroll.
Yeah, I want to auto doom scroll.
A doom scroll is what they call it. You know what I do like are clever shorts. I like shorts where they loop very like seamlessly. I do appreciate the editing and the time it takes to make something like that.
Yeah.
That loops real good. Like you barely even recognize that it loops.
You know, there's two that come to mind. There's the Invisible World on Instagram, where it'll be like a picture of something, like an illustration, and then it just zooms in further, and then it'll be another illustration, and it'll zoom in further into another illustration, and then it'll eventually come back to the illustration that you were just looking at.
Yeah.
And it just loops that. And then there's Zach King. You know him?
No.
He's a big... He's got a lot of followers on there, but it's like... It's one of the infinity loops a lot of time, where he does a lot of like green screen and like special effects and like what's the word?
Chicken.
Perception of depth
perception. 3D.
Like, it's killing me but it messes with like the way you're seeing. Like, it looks like he's far away, but he's close up, and like it's just your perspective. It's just messing with your perspective a little bit. But
sensory.
Yeah, and he'll like go into like he'll like disappear, and then he'll like reappear, or make a building disappear, and then like he has this one where he's like, you know those little sand gardens or whatever, they're like small little thing, you get
Zen
a
gardens?
Zen garden.
Yeah.
You get the little rake there and you rake it. Well, he has one where he's like raking it with his hand, and then it's like zooming out, and then all of a sudden like he's holding a full, like it seamlessly transitions to him like holding a full size rake, and he's raking like a whole garden, and then like all of a sudden it like zooms out more, and he's like the guy again, like, and you don't even notice it change.
That I think I've seen his stuff before, and that stuff's wild to me. I also like the idea that short form content has kind of created the need for people who collect all that content and share it. Like one of my favorite YouTube channels will always be Daily Internet. I don't know if you ever watch him, or however they identify. It's just this dude with a very calm voice, and he's like Daily Dose of Internet, and it's like just like maybe 4 or 5 key, really funny, really cute, heartwarming videos, or like interesting videos, and then it's like, see you tomorrow. Daily Dose of Internet. Love that channel. But I like the idea of curating that stuff into long form content, almost like America's, funniest videos type deal. But do you remember that? Do you remember?
Of course.
I love that show.
That was nonstop laughs.
The internet ruined that show. But
yeah.
It's such a good show.
Of course. But now, if you follow America's Funniest Home Videos on social media, they still have those classic style videos of just people falling down and guys getting kicked in the nuts. Like, it's just basically that.
Just beautiful physical comedy.
It's physical comedy.
Anybody who's a long-time Mo Keith listener knows I think physical comedy is the peaketh of comedy. It is the best form of comedy. It's universal.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe this next format of the show we do will be a lot of physical. Mo is going to be falling down.
Yeah, I'm not a good physical comic. I'm no Jim Carrey. Not even close.
No?
Nope.
Well,
ain't no Cat Williams.
The whole thing is, and two, is like, I hate that I sit there and I just scroll through shorts. I kind of hate that. And so I feel like if I make shorts of our show, it's just contributing to this horrible thing.
So you're trying to be the change you want to see in the world?
I think I am trying to be the change I want to see.
That dude, it is what it is. I will say I appreciate longer form content if it's really engaging and fun to listen to. Like I talked about Brennan's podcast, but
Neil Brennan blocks
love that.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason why I wanted to start a podcast with you was so that we could talk about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that was my initial.
Just talk about Taylor Swift, man.
That was kind of the catalyst for the podcast. We're like, how can we find a way to get on the internet and talk about Taylor Swift? This is the issue too. Like, Mo and I like to shit on things.
We're critics.
We just like to shit on stuff, and we have fun doing it. And sometimes we shit on things that we like, and sometimes we shit on things we don't like. And it's just
Taylor Swift.
It's a fun thing that we do, and we want to do that on the show, this shorter form show. This is sort of the issue when you shit on people, though. You know what the issue is? It's the fact that
they don't wipe you.
Good one. That he's a comedian.
I just wish when I shit on people that they just wipe me, And
I'm the dad. Okay.
Yeah. I want to be a dad one day. Well, kind of.
Wow,
Maybe
you seem so convinced, Mo. so like I'm on my path. No, my whole thing is the problem with shitting on famous people is famous people have these fans that
they don't care about.
They have fans they don't care about, and these fans that they don't care about actually will defend them on social media. They're like, no, you don't say that about, Joe Rogan. You can't say that about him. And then I'm going to tell you whatever you're doing stinks. And it's like,
I kiss you in the forehead, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, we kissed him in the forehead at the end to show that we were joking. And that was one example of how we kind of made up a fake beef with Joe Rogan, and it didn't go well. And I've done reaction videos before where I'm reacting to things and I'm making fun of them, things I like. And people are, unfortunately, they're dumb. There's just a lot of dumb people.
The economy relies on dumb people, though. We need them. God bless them.
There's just so many dumb people out there, and they don't know when you're kidding. And even when it seems so obvious, like it seems like, how could anyone interpret this as being serious right now?
I love it. I relish the comments. I look for every comment.
I love them.
Every one of our videos.
I always loved them.
Because it's like, if you take the time to comment and write something mean about us, I'm just like, I'm such a big attention whore. I'm like, oh, you like me. You love me,
Yes.
You like me. I don't think the Swifties hate us, though.
Yeah, because we haven't really put out a clip hating Taylor Swift. We've always put out nice stuff about Taylor Swift.
And one thing I learned in her new song, within 20 seconds of listening to it, the title of the song is available to you, or album is available to you.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, it's
The Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah, she rhymes apartment with department. which this is the biggest artist in the world right now, and that's the kind of rhymes we're getting out of her.
She's a billionaire.
She's a billionaire. She flies around on a private jet, killing the environment.
Oh, dude, that leaked. Somebody put out like where she was flying to all over the world.
Yeah, I think anyone can look that up.
It's wild. She can do that. She can do that much. What's funny though is Drake was right now the rap world's it's all about diss tracks right now. I don't know if you've been following all the diss songs, and Drake was dissing Kendrick Lamar because of all the work he was doing with Taylor Swift.
Oh, he was doing a lot with the Swift?
Yeah, Drake was like, because Kendrick Lamar was like, he'd said something, he's like, screw the big three, it's just big me. And he had a really good diss against like J. Cole and Drake, and then Drake came out with this diss like, you gotta release a song for the Swifties. Just basically calling Kendrick Lamar a sellout, which is which is funny for Drake to say, but who did a commercial with Taylor Swift. I don't know if you remember that.
He texted with underage girls, he's just a cool guy.
Dude, people are speculating on like what Kendrick Lamar will say back to him, because about 11, all that stuff.
Oh, classic battle rap.
Yeah, Quavo's going after everybody, but I thought it was a clever line. Drake was a ghostwriter for a long time. He's written like a ton of famous songs, and he's actually a talented rapper. He's a very talented pedophile, actually.
You love that word.
Yeah. My favorite word.
It's your favorite word. You love to throw that one in every episode.
Sprinkle it in.
And that's the beauty of the short ones. I'm going to have no problem making sure he doesn't talk about pedophiles every episode. He just loves to talk about pedophiles.
Maybe that's a segment I'll do. Just Mo's Pedo Corner.
You should have your own channel where you get to talk about all your favorite pedophiles.
I have a camera.
Yeah. That's Mo's special time.
Whoa. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
hey, you always bring up the topic.
It sounds like we need an icebreaker. We need to change topics. Can I put forward an icebreaker to you? May I?
Yeah, this is only the 35th episode. Let's break the ice.
Let's break the ice. Let's get to know each other a little better.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Okay. Now, this is some heavy shit, okay? Would you rather be a lemon or a lime?
That's not even a clever one. That's just
And why? So you didn't let me throw the and why.
I'll go
at the end of that.
I'll go lime because I think it's just a little more palatable to suck on one, and they're smaller than lemons, a little more complex. But that is a dumb one. Yeah.
If you Google icebreakers, it's one of the first questions, and I don't understand what it's getting to. Like, what could that possibly get to? Is the icebreaker how stupid that question is?
You know what it gets me to? It gets me to quit that job and start a new one. If I ever had to do that icebreaker.
They ever make you do icebreakers at your job?
Never a job. I did have to do icebreakers at a group interview I had for when I was going to be like an employee at the Apple store, like when I was working in California. I applied for a job.
Wait, you were going to be a genius?
Probably not a genius. I mean, I think I could have worked my way up. But, yeah, no, I did an Apple employee interview, and it was like one guy leading the interview and 3 people vying for this one job. Potentially it was a lot of people vying for the same job. That was just a group of 3 of us, And they gave us all MacBook Airs, and they were like, okay, you have 10 minutes. Now make a short video using the MacBook Air and accomplish these goals. You have 10 minutes. Okay, see you in 10 minutes. And you just have to go make like a video. And I made a video, and then I got back right at 10 minutes. The other people took extra time. They took like 5-10 minutes extra, and theirs were way better than mine. And I was like, they took twice as much time. I followed the directions, and I felt like I got docked.
You didn't get the job?
I didn't get the job. Probably for the best, but...
You know how you would have gotten that job?
I remember there being icebreakers in that interview, though.
If you just went out to that mall and grab just a random Chinese person and have them make it for you, and you'd be like, I have the same Apple mindset.
That would have been cool to hire a Chinese kid to do it.
The youngest kid you can find at the mall.
I think, you know what?
Just grab them.
If I had done that, I think they would have had no choice but to give me the job.
They had to. They would have to make you the CEO.
I think I would have been showing myself as CEO material at that point.
There, yeah.
Because who has that kind of like ingenuity to be like, oh, I can get, you know how much more money I can make? You know how many more how much better content I can make if I pay 4 Chinese kids to do this?
You know what?
8 cents
nowadays?
What?
Some people are like getting remote jobs, right?
Yes.
And they're hiring somebody in like India to go do those remote jobs for them.
Yeah.
And give them like their passwords and everything, and they just collect a paycheck and they pay this person to work for them, and they do that with like multiple jobs. It is fraud, but it's wild that there are people who do that.
Oh, I've thought about it.
I feel like you could do that with a lot of jobs, though.
I was thinking about getting a remote job on top of my regular job that I would just do remotely from my job. How cool would that be?
You do that little?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I try to keep it little. Everything in my life is little.
Well, keep it short. Gotcha.
No, that would be cool, though, to be able to do a second job from your regular job, and then you're just, like, making way more money. That'd be pretty cool. But, no, icebreaker games are cheesy. They happen in orientations. It's like, I guess it just gets, like, boring people to talk.
Oh, it really does. Boring people love it.
Boring, stupid people love that stuff. And... they're like, 2 truths and a lie. Like,
do you want to hear the other icebreaker I found on that website?
Sure, hit me.
What are the first 3 things you would do if you had the power to be invisible? Which is the most, creepy question.
I would do exactly what you would expect me to do, and that's how I'm going to answer that.
I would steal a lot. Oh my god!
Yeah, but
I would
items...
steal a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, but the items aren't invisible. You doofus.
No face, no case, man. I'm gonna
They're
put it
just
under
gonna
my
see
shirt.
something fly out.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming if I go invisible, it depends on what type of invisibility. Am I going like naked? Like I have to be naked to be invisible, or if I keep my clothes on, will like.
And also, homie, this is America. You don't think they're shooting at a ghost? You know they're shooting at a ghost.
I think if you do it at the right time, like it's already so hard to catch shoplifters. Also, I have a natural pocket with my belly. I could probably
you got a
things
pocket
in there. You know?
Is it a kangaroo bag? What do you got in there?
I have my little Joey in here just chilling.
Mo keeps his dog in there. It just eats. That's his diet. Is his dog eats inside of him.
I just do. My dog's a little tapeworm. Yoshi goes in and out. Oh man. No, I would steal a lot. I would steal an ungodly amount if I was invisible.
Okay.
For sure, just like going to Area 51, man. Oh yeah. I'd do a tour of all the places I'm not allowed to go into. Mm-hmm. Except the ladies' bathroom, because I'm a gentleman. I will never do that.
I would hijack a spaceship.
Oh, dude, invisibility also would be free travel anywhere you want.
Yeah, free travel. You get on any plane.
Chill.
You just sit on a You just sit on a fat lady's lap. She doesn't know you're there. She just thinks she's bloated.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be fun.
Also, like, depending on the flights you're in, there are a lot of, like, empty flights. You know, you could just hop onto a flight, find a spare seat, just chill.
Yeah. There's invisibility. And see, look at us. Here we are. We're talking on an icebreaker.
It's a good icebreaker.
I'd
right?
hire you.
You'd hire me off
Yeah.
that icebreaker?
I think I would.
Man, I haven't interviewed in the longest time.
Yeah, I had a couple interviews before I got my current job, and I did this interview, and I remember I was so relaxed in the interview, and I was just so real. I was just being so real, and
Just dropping truth bombs.
I was just trying to be real with these people, and I didn't get the job.
I think interviews are one of the first times anybody should tell you to not be yourself.
Yeah, it's
You
dumb.
should 100% be somebody else.
Just be the person you think they're looking for.
Unless you're yourself, being yourself is you being like really awesome, you should definitely not be real. I think group interviews too, you should walk away, man. You should walk away. If a job says we're going to do a group interview, unless you really need the job, you should walk away. Because that's so insulting. Like, I'm going to bachelorette this job. I'm going to hand a rose to the person that I want to fucking clean up the bathroom after somebody violates it horribly.
Dude, imagine the group interview for janitors. They just get everyone to just take a fucking crazy shit in the toilet, and they're like, all right, everybody, you got a minute to clean these toilets up. Like, who does the best job gets the job.
You know, one of the best interview questions I ever was asked when I was younger is, like, my first job was working at Hannaford, but I had another option at Panera Bread. And
Yeah.
I remember going to each of those places, and I got interviewed by the owner of that Panera Bread, and me and him were talking, and he was like, I really got to ask you, man, you seem like a very nice kid, and you seem like a good guy, but this is going to be your first job. Customer service sucks. There are going to be times where you can be super nice to people, and they're not going to be nice to you again. How are you going to handle situations like if somebody like shits all over the floor in that bathroom and I tell you to go clean it up? How are you going to handle that? And I remember I lied through my teeth, and I was like, I would go clean up that shit. It's my job. I clean it up with a smile on my face, which I'll quit a job before I ever clean somebody else's excrement, man.
Yeah.
I'll eat that excrement before I clean it up.
You know, Hallinan, he was on episode 15. He had to clean up.
Didn't he have to clean up after a body?
He wasn't cleaning up after the body, but he had to clean up an elevator someone took a shit in. Not very nice. That's a mean thing to do. You're staying at a hotel at a La Quinta, and you take a dump in the elevator?
That's not bueno.
In the Vader?
the Vader.
And then you just leave it for Mikey to clean up? Not nice.
Because Mikey likes the poopies. Have you seen Boston Marathon, folks? There's this guy who's like recorded after running the marathon. He's like, yep, did a great time here. Finished the marathon in 25 minutes or whatnot. And I shit myself. And then there's just crust of diarrhea down his thighs.
Yeah.
And it's just him.
Decrust.
And I'm just like, I'd be damned if someone records me.
Yeah, when you finish the
poop-crusted.
marathon though, I think you don't care at all, so you're just like, check out my decrust. Top crust. I'm king crust.
I don't know how you could do that and not be embarrassed,
Shamelessness. They put athleticism above human decency. And for that they should be ashamed.
Well, that guy had a great time. Apparently someone in the comments was like, that's a great time, but maybe you should go to the bathroom.
Yeah. What a dope.
Ugh, it's so weird. I also probably wouldn't. I don't know. I was looking at it too. It's like he kept running, so people behind him were probably hit with like drops of poop, and like.
Do you think about that stuff?
I do. I think about the logistics of that.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not a big poop guy?
No, I don't think about it. I'm not thinking about getting hit with speckles.
Come on, dude. Imagine that guy did like hot ones before the run.
Oh my
and he
god!
has the
If
hot
he did,
run
if
poops.
that's kind of. I was like,
Just lava.
we all want to know what kind of lava happens after that show.
Oh, jeez, those
But
bathrooms.
I hadn't watched Hot Ones in a while. The Conan one came out.
Oh, peak entertainment. If you
So
haven't watched
good.
it, stop watching this podcast.
Yeah.
Go watch.
Unsubscribe from this podcast.
Unsubscribe from this.
Just delete. Just pretend we never existed, and then go watch the Hot Ones.
Go watch the hot ones and come back maybe.
And then come back, resubscribe, say I'm sorry for unsubscribing, but say thank you for telling me about.
Peak comedy.
Yeah.
So good.
That guy ate so much hot sauce. I mean, there's no way he wasn't in pain for days after that.
You know what he said in an interview? He said, all of it was real. I was really in pain and I was really freaking out.
Oh, he actually interviewed after it?
Oh, he did interviews
his own
after-
podcast?
Not his own podcast. It was
he did
CNN
more interviews
or
that
MSNBC
day?
or something.
The same day?
Not the same day. This was
okay.
after. This is
Okay,
after
okay.
this went super viral. He's like, yeah, for the younger audiences, I did a show called Hot Ones with Sean Evans, and the guy was like, yeah, I watched. That's crazy. He's like, yeah, it was really hot. I have this problem.
Yes.
Where if I think something's funny, I won't stop. I will push it as far forward as possible.
Yeah.
And I like
Yeah, well, that's called committing to the bit.
that. It was amazing. That commitment was amazingly funny. And then while he was dying, sucking down water, Sean Evans was like asking, like, what would you like tell like young performers and like comedians? And then he like gave like really genuine advice. He's like, always keep trying and don't give up. And it was like he was giving very sincere advice as he was dying.
Yeah.
And he gave Sean Evans a compliment. He's like, you're a good interviewer. You do your research.
Yeah, he is a great interviewer. I will say, after that one got in my algorithm, I was like, I haven't checked out Hot Ones in a while. Because I used to really watch that show all the time. Like, I found out about that show, 6-7 years ago. It was like pretty new. I think it was like less than a year old when I stumbled upon it. I was like, there's this guy that does an interview with comedian. It was like a lot of comedians and musicians and stuff back in the day. No, like Hollywood people, but it's like, yeah, he does interviews and he just like, they eat these crazy hot wings and they like flip out. And it was like very entertaining to see.
I was a Sean Evans fan back when he was a Complex guy. Complex News. He would do short form content with them, and I remember watching him pivot over to the Hot Ones thing, and it was like, I think it was a segment with Complex or something. And then it moved on to something bigger. It's wild how he's also like, it seems like just a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah. Well, we gotta find our version of Hot Ones. That's kind of, that's kind of what the new show we should try to do.
I don't want to support big poultry like Sean Evans.
Well, it's going to be something different. It's not going to be. We're not copying. We're not going to copy a show.
I don't want to support big pharma.
We want to do something unique.
Big farmer.
We want to be unique. We're sick of being like everybody else, just two idiots doing a podcast. I mean,
let's start a podcast, bro.
Exactly, bro.
That's exactly how this started.
Well, and a lot of it is like, oh yeah, you just want to know what it's like to have a podcast. You're just like, what's that like? And then you get in the grind of it, and when you have like, when you're not making any money on it, and no one's really watching it, you're like, what's this all about? Like,
I think I just like really hanging out with Keith.
Yeah, we just like hanging, and why do we have to film it?
I think this wouldn't work if, I can't speak for you, but I genuinely like you, and I don't think this would work if I disliked you or did not like spending time with you.
It would never work. No way.
It would kill me.
This is fun, man. Like the actual doing the podcast is fun, but it's like what, it doesn't need to be. It could literally just be us hanging out. Like, this doesn't have to be available for people to see.
You know what is nice is it helps when I do shows and stuff, and like people see my name, like comics out of state, to be like, oh, who's this guy hosting the show, and they listen to the podcast. People do listen, like especially visiting comics, they check it out.
Okay.
Like when I'll like produce shows or something, they'll be like, oh dude, that podcast is funny, or this is good. And I have friends who are like stealth listeners who'll like mention like randomly like that they do listen, but I don't know. I think it's all about making it. We'll never be Hot Ones. We'll never have amazing guests like Hot Ones does,
Yeah, we won't.
We just have Cheech.
We have local legends, local comedian legends. But yeah, that's also a big thing is like podcasts. You want to build a fan. You want to like find a fan base that likes the people who are on the show every week, or the person that's on the show every week. Because what happens is they get guests, and then you only tune in when it's the guest that you like, or you won't watch a certain one because it's not someone you've ever heard of, and the host is just so not really that interesting to you that you just skip stuff. But that's the fun part about like getting our vibe, and people who like listening to us, like that's at least they know we're not guest dependent.
And I also think we're both comics, but we're also both like, it seems like a lot of podcasters are so disconnected from the real world, like just like not grounded. And it's not like to just shit on people like who are rich or like people who are successful, but I think there is a bit of cloudiness that happens when you make more money and you're doing this full time, and like you're steeped in the work, that you're kind of missing like the touching grass bit of like there's life. Like me and you still like go to the grocery store and interact with people.
No, I hire someone to do that.
We budget, we got to deal with like, there are things in life that we don't get, like, and we're kind of real human beings, which is I think a perspective that's kind of missed. Cause man, I used to love like Your Mama's House. I used to love the Joe Rogan show, and like, Joey Diaz's show and everything. But like the more like, after you keep watching them over the years, like they're less and less like in touch, and you're just like, man, this guy is just, he used to be my favorite cocaine snorting fat guy. Now he's talking about jujitsu and BetterHelp, and I'm just like, dude, get the hell out of here. Who hasn't changed? Marin. Marin seems to.
He's an OG.
He seems to always be like really
connected. The first podcast I ever listened to was WTF. Yeah, still a great interviewer, but that's a different show. We're not an interview show.
Well,
though when I had the guests on,
you do seem to interview them.
Do a little interviewee. I get a little interviewee, because what else are you gonna do? You might as well ask. You got someone.
You've never interviewed me. I think I'm interesting.
I feel like I've interviewed you quite a bit over the course of this podcast. But some people are just a bad interview. Like, speaking of Hot Ones, I don't know if you saw, Ice Spice was on Hot Ones, and oh my God, what a pile of crap that was.
Was she the shit or was she the fart?
She was not either the shit or the fart. She was the bad. She was just
the bad.
This chick has nothing to say. She has absolutely nothing to say at all. All of her responses were like, yeah.
Well, you don't get it. When you're a bad bitch, you don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say anything.
You don't have to say anything.
You don't have to be
bad bitch.
You don't have to be a person. You just and why are you doing interviews? Just like
when Taylor Swift is your bestie. When you have Taylor Swift on the contacts, she sends you those good morning texts. You're on the flight. You're touring with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You don't have to say much.
Well, you know Taylor Swift's not doing hot ones.
Has she never done a hot ones?
She's not done it.
Oh.
She'll never do that.
I don't think she eats like spicy food. You know?
Taylor Swift's boyfriend has, though, I think.
He has? Oh,
I think he did it a long time ago. He was an OG guest.
Ooh.
Back when they had just like celebrity adjacent people like that weren't super famous, because he was a football player, but he wasn't like a huge like he was, I think, probably a pro bowler. But
I thought, the interview that was like, oh man, Hot Ones really made it, was when they had David Blaine. That was a wild episode.
Oh yeah, and he ate the chicken wings out of Sean Evans's ass.
Yeah, and then he ate like whole peppers out of Sean Evans's ass.
Oh, that was cool.
Out of his gaped asshole.
And that was actually when, why have to get so gross? But yeah, no, the pepper, the David Blaine magic, that sent me on a David Blaine rabbit hole. I went down the rabbit hole on David Blaine.
You weren't a David Blaine fan?
No, I was, but I went down the hole, the YouTube. I went in the hole, a D hole.
He's really impressive. The endurance stuff he does is wild. The whole being submerged for that long and like.
Well, he's got like, he does all of his card tricks and stuff. He's got all kinds of like wacky card tricks. And when he hides stuff inside of fruit and like you pick it or whatever, it's nutty.
Have you ever learned a card trick before?
I have.
I used to love Magic, and learning card tricks are tough. And the stuff he pulls off, I'm like, oh wow.
No, I can do the one where you like pick a card out of the deck, and then I have you put it back in the deck, and then I can pull it back out again, and I can make it come up to the top of the deck, even though it's shuffled in the deck.
Oh.
That's a magic trick. Maybe I'll do that on the new show. Get to see some close-up magic. It's probably pretty bad. You can probably see me, doing the trick. I'm not a great. I don't know. I bet you if I really wanted to be a sleight of hand guy, and I just put all my time and effort into it, I believe in myself that I could do it.
I think you can be mediocre at anything you choose to do.
As I've done.
Were you ever a Mind Freak fan?
No.
I used to like Mind Freak.
I watched the show on Fox, like the magician giving away the secrets show.
Oh, the guy with the mask?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
The masked magician, like giving away all the secrets of how all the tricks are done.
That was on public TV too.
That was on Fox. That just like ruined so many magicians' careers that night when like millions of people watched that.
Well, there's a difference between but what sucks about Magic too is like knowing the process just ruins it. Like nobody wants to watch it. That's why I always like Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller are my favorite magicians.
Yeah, they had a cool show too. Bullshit.
Loved Bullshit.
Yeah.
They're great folks too. Penn and Teller's weight loss tip too is the wildest one. He lost a bunch of weight eating potatoes, unsalted potatoes, for like a month.
Yeah.
So he could reset his taste buds and everything tastes better now.
Oh, I should try that.
That's how he like got healthier. But I don't know, man. I wonder if they've ever set a guy on fire before, or like do any cool magic.
Make someone get set on fire.
Just like with their mind, just go. Oh, fire.
There's another guy that set himself on fire. Yes, the guy outside of the Trump court
because it's
proceedings.
Trump court.
They're like, this guy's like, I'm gonna do this. He was mentally ill, you know?
Oh, dude, he wasn't sane? That isn't a sane guy behavior?
No, it's not a sane guy move.
Dude, my buddy was perfectly sane when he self-immolated.
Mentally ill. Wait, your buddy did it?
Yeah, he did it.
Was that the 7-Eleven guy?
He did it but he messed up. Like he did half. Like he's like half burned.
Oh, so he's still around to tell the tale? No, this guy did it. I mean, what a copycat. I mean, find a new way.
Yeah.
That other guy just did it a month or two ago.
And he did it for Palestine, which is a much better cause.
I think he did it for clicks. I'm pretty sure everybody, they're doing this for clicks. Mo, I mean, maybe you know what?
Why do I have
the
to set
thumbnail?
myself on fire?
No. Well, you don't have to. I was just hoping as a team we could both.
Want to hold hands
let's hold hands and immolate to end the podcast. No, it's fun.
You know, Trump Court sounds like a TV show, like Judge Judy. Trump Court.
Judge Trump.
Please, everyone rise for Judge Trump. It's
yeah,
a female bailiff.
He's something to get excited for.
So it never came out why he did it. Was it like a pro-Trump, against Trump, like, or just he was bored one day?
He just figured there was a lot of cameras around, so he could get maximum clicks.
That's one thing I never understood about that, but it's like to want people to watch you. It's weird.
You don't get it?
I get it as like a joke, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
You think so? You think you don't get it? I think you get it.
I don't get setting yourself on fire. I don't get it.
It's just a big deal, and you know, there was a lot of live reactions to the guy doing it.
You know what we should do? That's our new channel. We just react to people setting themselves on fire and like Mexican cartel videos. That's a niche that I don't think anybody has. We should do that. That's our niche now. We react to Mexican cartel videos, people burning themselves, and then we should do a cooking channel, and we make bread. I bought a bread machine.
Did you see what just happened to me?
What?
I did a closed mouth yawn.
You closed mouth yawned on me?
I did. You didn't notice though. I had to tell you. You didn't pick up on it.
I'm not rude.
I could have got away with it, but I outed myself.
You're a man with honor.
I'm an out of the closet yawner. Finally, I get to be free.
Just be yourself.
If some internet sleuth would like to count the closed mouth yawns that have ever happened on this show, just leave that in the comments.
You know, there's this one podcast that they have this one lady come to the podcast, and she wears like a helmet from like the Roman Empire, and all these people are having intense conversations, and this pretty girl who's just staring at the camera and just going and making like weird facial movements and like and just like it's horribly distracting and funny. Like that's all she does all day. That's what they hire her to do. Well, these people are having manosphere debates.
Yeah, I mean, I'd close mouth yawn on that, like the whole show.
I wonder if Mo Keith Time listeners, do they just turn off the podcast and listen to something else, or do they close the laptop? They're like, I'm done with the internet.
I wonder if anyone listens to us in the nude.
Oh my God. Now that'd be cool to know.
Yeah. Put an N in the comments if you listen in the nude.
I could imagine this getting really awkward at work.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe they all listen to it. Maybe they're like, well, the new episode just dropped. Better get nude. Gonna listen to this one in the nude. The following episode is we recommend that you listen to it in the nude to get the full experience, and turn it up and sit on the speaker.
It's just me laughing and just coughing.
The old cougharino.
Oh man, my allergies are going insane.
I think I got something going on.
I used to never have allergies. Then I dated a white woman, and suddenly they all hit me at once. Like God just scorning me.
That's Whitey. Yeah,
it's Whitey. Whitey will get you every time.
I heard another thing Whitey got you to do was get a bread maker.
Whitey didn't get me to do that. I just want to fight against big bread.
Yeah,
fighting against big bread.
What do you got against big bread?
I'm trying not to give big bread my money, man. I can make it at home. I can make it fresh.
Yep.
I'll make it fresh and at home.
What kind of bread you making?
I just started out. So last weekend, I made 2 loaves of white bread. First one was awful. Second one was really good. So now I'm going more brioche. Gonna go brioche route.
Okay. Yeah, I did the hack thing of trying to make a sourdough starter at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, did it end up any good?
I did the starter, and it took me, weeks to get it really rolling, and then I finally got it going, and then I made a sourdough bread. I was like really excited, and it just like didn't come out. It didn't really rise in the oven. It was pretty flat. It was pretty crappy. I tried to eat most of it the best I could, but it was kind of junk. It was not great. And then I was like, this is dumb. Why did I think I was a baker? Why did I think I was a bread baker? Those were wild times when you're making bread like it was the 1800s, because you're like, I guess I don't have to go to the store if I can make my own bread.
And make that bread at home. Also, it's not even going to the store. It's just like one of those things where I think the world is ending soon, so might as well like learn how to make more things at home.
Yeah, but I think you got to learn how to make bread on a fire.
Yeah, but that's how I'm starting out, It also kneads it for you, which is really nice. Like it does the whole thing, but you can make it so that like obviously it comes in only one pan. So
dude.
So you have to, what you can do is have it knead, rise, and everything for you, and then you take it out and you can put it in individual pans and make your own different shapes and stuff. I'm gonna go real ham on the bread maker. That's my goal.
Okay. Well, maybe we can do an episode on bread.
All the types of bread. Have you ever had a Somali or Ethiopian injera flatbreads?
Is it anything like matzah?
No.
Is it anything like
matzah's crackery, right?
pizza dough?
No.
What's a flatbread?
It's
Is it like focaccia?
Focaccia. Injera is a little like focaccia. It's like spongier.
Okay, that
You've
sounds
never
good.
had Ethiopian food?
No.
Why haven't you had Ethiopian food, you racist?
Because I don't.
Racist is a cuter way of saying it. No hard R, you little racist.
Yeah.
You little racist.
No, no one ever offered it to me, and I never heard anything about it being good.
Have you had Asian food?
All of it.
Have you had Vietnamese food?
Yep.
Have you had Chinese food?
Yep.
Have you had Italian food?
Yep.
Has anyone offered those foods to you?
Of course.
From those ethnic groups?
Of course.
Who offered you pho for the first time?
I went to a restaurant with a Mexican gal, and she's like, we're gonna get this stuff called pho, and I was like, okay, and I loved it.
So you mean like a friend taking you to a restaurant and be like, we're going to try this? Instead, I thought what you meant is like people from that culture have to go and like find you and physically offer you that food and say, hey,
no,
Keith, for you to try it.
No.
You want to go to Red Sea with me? You want to go to Red Sea? They close at 9. You want to go tonight? You want to get some Ethiopian
I already
food?
had shrimp tacos for dinner.
You had shrimp tacos?
Yeah.
Well, don't touch me because I'm allergic to shellfish.
You are not.
I am. I have a shellfish allergy. No lie.
I thought you just didn't eat it because of religious purposes.
What religion do you think I
Is that not
subscribe to?
Is that not part of you?
No.
Shellfish is cool with your folks?
With my people, yes.
All
Shellfish is cool. No pork. We're no porkers.
There's a lot of no pork.
No swine.
We
don't dine on the swine unless it's a cop. Cannibalism's cool.
That's okay. That's a new segment. No, so we want to at least we want to get you excited for the new format. So we thank you for checking checking out this last hour-long episode that we'll be doing. And we will see you hopefully next week. If not, don't fret, and we'll keep you updated. We'll post something. We'll definitely post an update next week if we don't have a true brand new episode. We want to get it just right. We want to get it just perfect. We don't want to give you guys something crap. We want to give you something we're proud of, okay? So get excited.
We love you.
Rate, review, subscribe, like, comment.
It really helps out the channel if you like, comment, and subscribe.
And it's free.
It's totally free.
It's completely free.
God.
If you were worried you'd have to pay anything, you don't. It's free.
Share this with your mom. Share this with your dad. Share this with your local blind person. Describe the way I look and make me extra handsome.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it tonight.
And this has been Mokeith time.